Awete everyone, this is Regulus Pastor. Welcome back to Higurashi no Naku Koro ni. This is Meakashi-hen, the 5th story arc out of the main 8 and the first answer arc. We've been playing as my waifu, Sonozaki Shion, the twin sister of Mion. This is a year before the first 3 arcs. Now, Shion escaped from her all-girls Catholic boarding school. Her family knows that she's escaped, but they don't know where she is, except, her twin Mion knows she's in town, and they decided that they would switch places occasionally so Shion could, actually have a life outside of her apartment and her part-time job. And that's where we left off. So let's continue. A smudged diary. I believe I know whose voice this is. This is the first time I'm having to use this voice. Let me see if I can do a good job.
Satoko was crying while hiding behind my back. She's been crying while clinging onto me, so my back was wet with her tears and snot. My aunt had been screaming hysterically, but she looked tired now. I suddenly realized that it was already past 1 in the morning. She vomited out a series of screams one last time, then finally called it quits. Satoko seemed exhausted. She was looking down in a state of shock. Even after my aunt walked away, she didn't realize she had been freed. So I stroked her head and told her,
終わったよ。
It's over.
Satoko.
Satoko. Satoko twitched. Her eyes grew bright again, and tears rolled down her cheeks. She looked up at my face. She knew it was over, but wanted to hear it directly from me. She begged me with a look. To be honest, I was really exhausted too, so I felt a bit annoyed when she tried to make me say it. But I needed to pacify her, so I gently told her what she wanted to hear.
もう、おばさんの小言は終わったよ。
She's
だから、ね。
done with her scolding, so let's go to sleep.
寝よう。
All right? Satoko clung to me while her tears continued to fall. She was crying again silently. Satoko was shivering pitifully. Her small back reminded me that there was nobody else to protect her.
さあ、
Here.
歯を磨いて、それから布団を敷こう。
Go brush your teeth and make your futon.
そしてぐっすり休もう。
And go to sleep. Satoko smiled faintly and nodded. I felt dizzy. As I was released from the strain, a harsh drowsiness fell upon me. While Satoko was washing her face, I went to the toilet. I zoned out while watching my pee.
That's a whole lot of detail for zoning out.
In my dizziness, I almost missed a shot. I felt like I was being sucked into the toilet. I couldn't even remember what caused it. Why did my aunt start screaming today?
So, that was almost definitely from the perspective of Hojo Satoshi, Satoko's older brother. So let's continue. As you remember, they were being abused by their aunt and uncle after their mother and stepfather died. Now on to Shion's voice.
It's a very quiet afternoon, as always. Since I can't go outside as myself, I have to match schedules with Mion when I go shopping. I've gotten used to it by now, so it's no longer a hassle. Because of this, I naturally have to buy things in bulk. Today, I shuttle between shops in my home.
あれは買った、これも買った。
I got this, I got that.
ああ、そうだ。
Oh, wait!
今日って100円セールの日じゃなかったっけ？
Isn't it 100 yen sale today? Sale day today?
100 yen back then was probably like close to $1 in the United States. Now it's sort of like now I think it's like I think 88 yen is like $1 today if I remember correctly. All right, no. No, 100 yen is more like 88 cents today.
忘れてた。
I forgot this! Being in a good mood, I spun around with my arms spread out. I felt like a little whirlwind. My arm hit a motorcycle parked on the sidewalk. It obviously wasn't where it's supposed to be. Ow!
もう
What the?
何こんなとこに止めてるの？誰？
Who parked this motorcycle here? I gave it a kick with no hesitation. There were 3 motorcycles lined up there in a row. They all fell like dominoes. It was a beautiful sight. This is fun, I thought. Being in such a good mood made me leave my guard down. I didn't realize that the owners of the motorcycles were right nearby. They looked pretty scary. They grabbed me by the neck and dragged me into a dark alley. Then they called me all kinds of names. Everything was happening too quickly for me to grasp what was going on. The heck are you? The heck are you, bitch? What do you think you're doing? Ah! Fucking brush your head in, bitch! What? Gonna pay for what you did. Well, I can't really talk properly. I didn't have a clue what they were saying. I had to translate their alien tongue into normal human words in order to understand. You're very upset because you knocked down our motorcycles. You should immediately pay for the repair and compensation. Yeah, that was probably it. That's our offer. What do you say? We'd be happy to listen to your opinion. Something like that? What are you doing?
ああ、ごめんなさい。
Sorry.
さすがにそろそろ翻訳不能かも。
I don't think I can continue interpreting.
No?
What are you saying? I know what they're trying to say, but somebody has to warn them about the way they park their motorcycles. It wouldn't be fair to those who obey the rules if there were no punishment for those who disobey them. This is an accident, but it must also be God's will. But God, you can use me to punish these guys, but how will you compensate me later? I heaved a huge sigh. Of course, I wasn't afraid in this situation at all, because it wasn't a dangerous one for me. These 3 guys were yelling at the top of their lungs at a girl. They didn't look good doing it, and they had too many disadvantages. First, there was the differences in gender and in the number of people. Even if I did something wrong, as men shouting at a woman, it didn't make them look like they were in the right. Added to that, there were 3 of them. It already looked like it was going to get violent. Second, the location. Taking a girl into a dark, narrow alleyway is already a bad idea. On top of that, they're asking for money, not just an apology. Thanks to these facts, the public will be on my side, since this was a fight they couldn't possibly win. The only way for them to win would be to take my money before somebody finds out. Considering that, taking me to this narrow, secluded alleyway might have been a smart move, since fewer people will find out about this situation.
You're listening to that!
I knew how slim their chances of winning were. From the very beginning, they had picked the wrong girl. I'm Sonozaki Mion now. It'd be foolish to mug her in Okinomiya. Soon enough, the people of Hinamizawa would notice me and gather round. They don't spare mercy for their enemies, no matter what. The punks didn't know this area well. If they did, they'd have known how silly it was to rob Mion. Plus, the alleyway isn't always as empty as they assumed. This side street is a shortcut which local people frequently use on their way home. In the late afternoon, many people will be passing through here. That time had almost arrived. If I held off a little longer, the street would soon be filled with people. Then the punks would have to go away. I didn't have to do anything. I just had to wait in order to win. This was a simple fight like that. While they could hurl abusive language at me or lift me up by my collar, they weren't actually going to resort to violence. Cheers to the educational system for ingraining the ladies' first mindset. But as a wicked person, I wanted to toy with them a bit, even though I could win this by waiting. I wanted to paint them as even more villainous and drive them into a corner that would be even harder to talk their way out of. That demonic desire was rearing its horns. To put it plainly, I'd only need to act as the poor, helpless victim a little further. Like the pathetic, pitiful, tragic heroine everyone wants to sympathize with. In a case like this, I shouldn't start crying immediately, because I'd get nervous and draw back. If it were a truly threatening situation, that would work, but I needed something different here. I pretend to be strong at first. In fact, I thought, why don't I challenge them? And eventually I'd start trembling, my voice would fade, and I'd get tears in my eyes. It'd be even better if I played the role of a strong girl who's slowly giving into fear. Mion and I are probably the only ones who are capable of pulling that kind of stuff off. Well, I'm probably better than her.
そんなにしつこく言わなくてもいいでしょ。
Why don't you let me go now?
悪かったって言ってるじゃないですか。
I already apologized. I talked back with a little hesitation. Am I getting tears yet? Yes! By the way, I've heard men can't shed tears on command. I feel sorry for them. The 3 punks faltered a bit due to my sudden change in attitude, but they soon started yelling at me again.
By the way, these are probably the same punks who harassed Kate in Watanagashi-hen for knocking over their motorcycles, just like Shion did here. And guess who came to his rescue? Shion. So I think we got a little bit of an origin story here. This just may tie into Watanagashi-hen. Who knows?
I had to keep going. That way they blatantly look like they're picking on a helpless girl.
もう許してください。
Please, forgive me.
What you doing?
今での店はどこ行ったんだよ、ニャロー。
What's with this girl?
そんなのだって。
くよ。
She let her apologize like that from the start!
It looked like they were laying off a bit. Did I overdo it a little? It'd be boring if they let me go now. At that moment...
いい加減にしないか。
Cut it out!
もう泣いているじゃないか。やめてやれ。
Don't you see her crying? Stop it! A boy around my age appeared. He was skinny. He looked weak. He looked younger than he probably was.
The love music is playing. My wife meets her Hasubando.
He also looked smart. He bravely glared at the punks.
なんだ
What the heck?
なこの野郎
Who the heck are you?
足んねえことしてった邪魔するな
What the heck? Oh, fire!
The punks turned away from me to face the boy instead. The boy looked a bit agitated when the punks started yelling at him. They sure were ruthless. But the boy must have known that from the beginning. He must have known that he was going into a dangerous situation, yet he didn't hesitate.
黙ってたらわからんがな
Freaking say something!
返事せんか返事
Why don't you answer us?
He must have wanted to shout back at them. But he probably never used that kind of language in his life. So he couldn't have expressed his feelings out loud. He might not have even known what to say. So he just kept on glaring at them, to let them know that he wasn't going anywhere. The three punks, though, might have thought he was just lost for words in his fear. But I knew different. The boy was overpowering them with nothing but his will. The punks were losing, so they resorted to violence. They grabbed him and knocked him down. They hit, kicked, and tossed him around. It looked painful, but I knew it was his victory.
Headstrong guy.
In the end, local passers-by stopped the punks. They made no further fuss and just went away. The boy stood up. He was covered in dust. He smiled when our eyes met and asked me if I was all right. He didn't look particularly okay himself, though.
あんたもよくもまあ勝てない喧嘩を買う人ですね。
How could you step into a fight you obviously couldn't win?
次からは勝てる算段がついてから喧嘩を買うことを深くお勧めしますけどね。
Pick your opponents better next time.
最初は迷ったよ。
I hesitated at first. He laughed, saying that he was watching from the beginning. That meant he had the option to walk away. But instead, he worked up the courage and stepped in.
そういうのは勇気って言わず、万有って言います。
That was reckless.
身の程知らずとも言うかな。
Not brave. Not brave.
I'm getting 13-year-old voice.
ミオンは口が減らないね。
You're being a little harsh, Mion.
助けてくれてありがとうくらい言ってくれよ。
You should at least say thank you.
泣いてたじゃないか。
I saw you crying.
別に泣いてなんかいません。
No, I wasn't crying.
あれはちょっとした演技で。
That was just an act.
いいよ、演技でも。
Okay, okay.
ちょっと
Hey!
信じてないでしょ。
You don't believe me, do you?
私が本当に泣き出すと思いますか？
You really think I cry?
思わないよ。
No.
天下御免の園崎ミオンが不良にいじめられて泣き出したなんて誰
も思わないよ。
Nobody believes Sonozaki Mion would cry when punks bullied her.
何を笑ってるんですか？
Look, why are you laughing?
全然信じてないでしょ。
You really don't believe that was an act?
私が半泣きなんてするわけない。
I never cry.
信じるから信じるから。
I believe you, I do. I realized one thing. He must be one of Sis's friends. He didn't seem to realize I'm her twin. He thought I was Mion with a different hairstyle. Mion and I had to live separately since before we went to elementary school. Mion was in Hinamizawa, and I was in Okinomiya. I lived in a totally different environment from her, so it's not strange that people don't know me. Actually, only very few people know I exist. I almost told him that I'm not Mion, but I managed to stop myself. Shion shouldn't be here. He's from Hinamizawa. It wouldn't be good if he thought he saw a Mion look alike in Okinomiya. So I had to act like Mion. Dealing with him could be more difficult than handling those punks.
でもまあ、
Well,
ミオンにも少しは女の子らしいところがあったんで安心したよ。
I was just relieved because you seem to have a girly side after all.
なんだか妙に引っかかる言い方ですけど、つまりはどういう意味です？
You sound hostile. What exactly do you mean by that?
ミオンのことだから、なんだか珍妙な憲法でも使って瞬く間に撃退してしまうんじゃないかって期待してたね。
I thought you'd kick those guys' butts with some crazy martial arts.
だから泣き出した時は正直驚いた。
So I was really surprised when you just started crying.
だから
Hey!
あれは泣き真似だったって言ってるじゃないですか。
Like I said, I was acting!
さっきから人の話ちゃんと聞いて。
Were you listening at all? He gently put his hand on top of my head and stroked it as if stroking a kitten. I could remember somebody doing that to me when I was little, but it had been quite a while since somebody stroked my head. I didn't know what to do. Why did it make me so embarrassed? My face reddened all at once. I couldn't say anything.
バカにしてます？
Hey,
ひょっとして
are you making fun of me? I stuttered in embarrassment. He looked calm, as if he was used to doing this.
なんでもいいよ。
Whatever.
よかったじゃないか。
Aren't you glad though?
よかったって何がです？
Glad? What do you mean?
無事で。
Well, you didn't get hurt. He smiled while he kept stroking my head. His smile looked divine. He wasn't going to stay for long. He'd already saved me from those guys after all.
じゃあ僕は行かなきゃならないから。
Well, I need to be going.
そろそろ行くね。
So I should head off now.
うん。
Okay. I wanted to go through all the steps of meeting someone for the first time, but he didn't. As far as he was concerned, he just saved a friend from danger and wanted to leave quickly to avoid seeming pretentious. He and Mion must be friends who know each other well. So I couldn't bring myself to ask, "What's your name?" Mion's friend smiled once again. His smile looked as refreshing as a clear blue sky. This time he smiled a bit mischievously.
安心しなよ。
Don't worry.
ミオンが泣いてたなんて誰にも言わないから。
I won't tell anybody you were crying.
もっとも言ったところで誰も信じないだろうけどね。
Well, nobody would believe it if I told them anyway.
天下無双の委員長が泣いてたなんて絶対誰も信じない。
Nobody would ever believe that an invincible class president cried. He patted the dust off his butt once again. He walked back to the sunny main road, away from the dark alley. Then he turned around.
じゃあまた明日。
See you.
学校でね。
In school tomorrow, I mean.
うん、
Yeah.
学校で。
See you in school. He disappeared into the brightly lit street. I continued to sit in the gloomy alleyway. I could no longer see him. I was just staring absent-mindedly at the bright light. That was the first time I met Satoshi-kun. I'm not even allowed to walk freely under the sun. I met a boy on a sunny day. How come a perverse girl like me fell in love with his innocence?
Notebook, page 5.
そりゃあサトシだよ、サトシ。
Hawking a pro up. Time again for our handy dandy phone simulator.
That must be Satoshi.
その特徴的な雰囲気と気安く頭を撫でる癖は間違いないね。
He looks like what you described, and he has a habit of stroking people's heads.
ふん。
Huh?
サトシくんって言うんだ。
His name is Satoshi-kun. Huh?
Yeah, sorry. I shouldn't have been covering it up then.
Huh? His name is Satoshi-kun, then. The boy from earlier is called Hojo Satoshi-kun. Mion said that he's always daydreaming. So she didn't believe that he saved me at first.
普段はしっかり者の妹にいろいろと尻を叩かれてるな。
His little sister is always kicking his butt.
ふん。
Hmm?
妹がいるんだ。
He has a little sister?
うん。
Yeah.
妹はサトコって言ってね。
Her name is Satoko.
なかなか面白いやつだよ。なかなか悪知恵が働くしね。
She's funny and shrewd,
そのくせ追い詰められると泣くし。
but is quick to cry when cornered.
見てて退屈しない子だね。
She's fun to watch,
まあ、最近はいろいろとあってね。
but things have been rough for her lately.
ちょっと調子を落としてるけど。
So she's feeling a bit down, but... His sister came up naturally in the conversation. I tried to soak up every scrap of information about Satoshi-kun. Why? Why am I trying to ask so much about him? As I asked myself that, the feeling I got when he stroked my head came back to me. I must have been blushing.
もしもし、
Hello?
シオン？
Theo?
ああ、ごめん。
Go, man.
Code switching.
Sorry.
聞いてる聞いてる。
I'm here. I'm listening.
そもそもね、サトコがおばと折り合いが悪いらしいんだよね。
To start, I hear Satoko's on bad terms with your aunt.
サトシは大人だから、その辺はうまく立ち回ってるんだけどさ、サトコは嫌なことがあると素直に表情に出しちゃうからね。
Satoshi's mature, so he knows how to conduct himself, but when bad things happen, Satoko really lets herself go. What Sis told me was very interesting. She told me that the parents of Satoshi-kun's little sister are dead. Satoshi-kun and Satoko are now living with their uncle and aunt. They don't seem like very respectable people. They're always fighting, and the uncle is cheating on the aunt. He mostly lives with his mistress. Satoshi-kun and Satoko entered into that unwelcome environment. What surprises me the most is the fact that Satoshi-kun's parents were the Hojo couple who were the leaders of the pro-dam activists. That fact must have added something to the situation. I don't know what kind of stance the uncle and aunt took during the dam conflict, but they must have taken some indirect blows. Satoshi-kun's parents died after bothering them so much, and even left them their children. The uncle and aunt obviously can't love those kids. Things have gotten worse this past year, too. Women can be really nasty bullies. Sometimes it doesn't matter who they're bullying, even if it's a kid. On top of that, women tend to care less about propriety than men. As a result, Satoko seems exhausted with it all. I can imagine Satoshi-kun bravely protecting his little sister. Just like when he saved me.
なら、サトシ君も普段は疲れてるってことになるのかな。
So, he must be exhausted too, right?
え？
Huh?
サトコがおばにいじめられるたびに、きっとサトシ君は妹をかばってると思う。
He must be covering for Satoko all the time.
妹が疲れるのと同じくらい、サトシ君も疲れてると思うのは、私の考えすぎ？
So wouldn't you normally assume that he's also feeling worn out? Well...
どうだろうね。
I don't know. Had I said something wrong? Mion sounded a bit taken aback. So that meant Mion can't tell how he's feeling, because he's always wearing that blank look, so she never considered it. How can she be that insensitive even though she's around him all the time? I was amazed to realize that.
まあそんな話はいいや。
Well!
で、
Anyway,
彼は普段はどんなことをしてるの？
what does he usually do?
文系みたいだから読書とか好きなわけ？
He looks smart, so does he read a lot of books?
あ、ね、想像に漏れずに普段は読書して過ごしてるよ。
Yeah, you're right. He likes to read.
最近読んでる本はね、
He's
なん
now
て言った
reading...
かな。
what's it called? What's it called? I continued asking about him. About what he likes, dislikes, and what he thinks about. I asked us all these questions because I wanted to know more about him. It was the first time I had ever been that interested in somebody. I didn't want to admit that I had feelings like that. Did I fall in love just because of a stroke on the head? Am I stupid or what? When I remember the feeling of his hand on my head, my heart feels tingly. I tried doing it myself, but it didn't feel the same. I'm stupid. What am I doing? Stroking my own head. おねえ、私もうダメだ。Sis, I'm done for. バカになっちゃった。I became stupid.
何を突然。
Why are you laughing?
気色悪い声で笑い出して。
In that weird voice.
お姉にはわかるまい、この気持ち。
You wouldn't understand this feeling, sis. When would I see him again? I felt as if my suffocating life had finally grown brighter.
Higurashi no Naku Koro ni Meakashi-hen. Kind of getting hot.
The life I lived really was beginning to suffocate me. I couldn't go out freely, and I always had to make arrangements with Mion before going to work. I thought my life would improve after escaping from the school, but in reality, it wasn't that easy. It's not healthy to live like this for too long. Without any friends to hang out with, I felt like I was hibernating. I started to feel the dangers of falling into boredom.
I'm gonna take a drink.
I could think of now was Hojo Satoshi-kun's face. I'd only met him briefly, but my encounter with him had a great impact on my new life. I felt like something exciting was going to happen. Really, I was hyped up like a little kid. The more I thought about it, I realized I'd been thinking about him a lot lately. This might be a crush. I felt a little ridiculous idolizing him in such a romantic way, though. Then, out of the blue, I got a chance to see him again.
あれ
Oh. I saw a familiar face at twilight in the park. He was sitting on a swing. He looked like he was zoning out, or maybe deep in thought. He didn't notice me, even though I was right in front of him. I reminded myself to speak and act like Mion before talking to him.
Hey!
Hey!
何やってんのこんなとこでさ。
What are you doing here?
ミオンか。
Mion,
びっくりしたな。
you surprised me.
そんなに驚いてるようには見えないけどね。
You don't look surprised.
さっきからいたんだけど、ずっと気づかなかった？
I've been standing here for a couple of minutes now. Didn't you notice me?
そうなのかい？
Have you?
ごめん、気づかなかったよ。
Sorry, I didn't. He smiled self-derisively and shrugged. He looked depressed, like something was troubling him.
何か悩み事でも？
Is something bugging you?
聞いて楽になるものなら聞くし、力になれるものなら惜しまないけど。
You can talk to me if you want. Maybe I can help.
いや、別に。
No, that's okay.
私はサトシ君には一個借りがあるからね。
Come on, I owe you one from before, Satoshi-kun.
それとも何？
Or maybe
おじさんじゃ力になれないと思ってるわけ？
you don't think this old man could be of any help?
見くびられたもんだな。
Don't you know how mighty I am?
別に。
I'm okay.
ミオンの力を借りたら意味がないことだからさ。
You don't have to help me.
ほう。
Huh?
それは何？つまり、
What is it then?
私ごとき女の手は借りたくないってこと？
Are you saying that you don't need help from a girl? Thinking I'm unfair, I puffed up my cheeks in a sulky gesture. Satoshi-kun noticed that and smiled.
違うんだよ、ミオン。
No, Mion.
僕に実力がなくて、ここ一番で打てなかったってだけのことなんだよ。
It's just, I messed up my swing when they needed me the most. I mentally rifled through all the information about Satoshi-kun that Sis had given me. He doesn't look like much of an athlete, but apparently Satoshi-kun belongs to a junior baseball team. They're called the Hinamizawa Fighters. I doubt he's very skilled, since I didn't hear much about his contributions to the team. Maybe that's why he doesn't tell many people that he's a member. Given how down he felt as a result of messing up, though, he must be fairly dedicated. I deduced all that from what Sis told me, and carefully chose my words so as to sound like her.
なんだ、
What?
そんなことで落ち込んでるわけ？
Are you feeling down just because of that?
そんなことでって
Hey,
簡単に言ってくれるな、ミオンは。
it's not that easy to get over, Mion. I patted his back while chuckling. Satoshi-kun would probably call me insensitive. I knew I should listen to him, rather than trying to cheer him up. Acting like Sis was probably the wrong thing to do in this case, but I had no choice. This is just how she'd react in this situation.
それなら落ち込むんじゃなくて、なお一層練習に打ち込んで次のチャンスを目指すのが適当ってもんでしょうが。
Instead of feeling down, you should practice even harder and aim for your chance, you know?
こういう時は練習しかないよ、練習。
Practice makes perfect here. Practice.
まあ、サトシ君に相手のピッチャーに小細工をしてまで勝ちたいという執念があるなら、 おじさんいろいろと協力できるかもしれませんけどね。
Well, if you want to be the opposing picture so badly you're willing to pull some tricks, then I might be able to help you in a few ways.
ずるしても何の意味もないよ。
There's no point if I cheat.
はあ。
Satoshi-kun hung his head after letting his regrets out with a big sigh. Surrender, defeat, resignation were all visible in that gesture of his.
諦めがいいのか未練たらたらなのか。
Are you quick to give up or persistent?
やっぱり男に生まれたからには一度くらいは晴れ舞台でスターになってみたいでしょ。
If you're a man, then don't you want to be a star and have your 50 minutes of fame? Satoshi-kun grinned and said, Yes.
もちろんヒーローを目指すのが花だけど。
Of course, that'd be wonderful.
それが目的で野球をやってるわけじゃないよ。
But that's not why I play baseball.
純粋にボールを投げたり打ったりするのが楽しいからやってるんだよ。
I just have fun batting and throwing the ball.
ミオンでもそういうのわかるよね。
You can understand that, right?
おじさんはそういうのはあんまわかんないかな。
This old man isn't sure.
私は結果が一番であるならどんな種目でも大好きだし。
I only love games that I can win.
一番になれないのに大好きなんてものはあんまりよくわかんないね。
I don't understand how you can love something when you can't be the best at it.
ミオンらしい答えだな。
That really sounds like you, Mion. Having realized that I'm trying to make him feel better, he laughed along. He didn't look depressed anymore. I guess he was just feeling down because of the game. He wasn't as depressed as I thought. Maybe I just jumped to conclusions when I saw him sitting alone in the park.
でもミオンは一番になるためにいろいろと努力をするからね。
You always put forth your best effort to win.
それは偉いと思うよ。
That's admirable, I think. Yeah, it definitely is. He smiled gently and stood up. He smiled gently and stood up. Then he started stroking my head. All of a sudden, I totally wasn't prepared for that.
What is that boing? And who's it coming from? I'm not gonna go there. Anyway.
I thought this when he did this last time, but how can he stroke somebody's head so easily? I felt like I had turned into a little kid. Memories from kindergarten came to mind. My face must have been red. I felt embarrassed, but also like I was in heaven. Satoshi could stroke me as though petting a cat. I was blushing with my eyes closed. I felt helpless, like a girl being treated by the dentist with her mouth open and her eyes shut. Satoshi didn't seem to notice my feelings at all. He didn't seem to care. I hate him. With my eyes still closed, I waited for him to finish. He suddenly withdrew his hand.
じゃあ僕はそろそろ帰るよ。
Well, I need to get going.
おばさんに野球の帰りに買い物してくるよう頼まれてるから。
My aunt wants some stuff, so I have to go grocery shopping. Okay. My voice faltered. I was so embarrassed.
買い物なら私も行くとこ。
I'm going shopping.
夕飯の買い物。
Too. Hmm?
あれ
What?
ミオンも買い物するんだ。 手伝いさんが全部やってくれるって言ってなかったっけ？
I thought the maids did all your household stuff. Shoot. I messed up. In the maid Sonozaki house, the maids do everything. Therefore, Mion hardly goes grocery shopping, and she's bragged to some people about that. I should have known better. Still, it wouldn't be too hard to find an excuse.
町に遊びに来るつもりでいたから、たまには家事の真似事でもするかなって思って。
I just happened to be in town,
買い物を私が引き受けてきたわけよ。
so I thought I'd help out with the household stuff.
お分かり？
Is that a problem?
ミオンにしては珍しいね。
That doesn't sound like you.
普段はそういうのめんどくさいって言って嫌がりそうなのに。
You always avoid doing boring stuff like that.
そういうのを余計なお世話って言います。
You talk too much.
頭撫でないで。
Stop stroking my hair. Satoshi-kun seemed to be having fun with how embarrassed I get when he patted me. Anyway, I managed to talk my way out of it. He didn't seem to really care about the details. While walking with Satoshi-kun in the shopping district of Kamiishiki, it suddenly occurred to me. Why had I messed up? I'd known Mion would never go grocery shopping. What an amateurish mistake. Did I make that mistake when I was pretending to be Mion? No. I was probably speaking as Shion. I couldn't keep lying to myself. I had to just admit. It was simply because I wanted to spend as much time with Satoshi-kun as possible. It was easy to see why I was so attracted to him. I'd found something intriguing in my boring life, and I didn't have to feel tense because he thought I was somebody else. Etc., etc. His easygoing nature made him fun to be around, and his habit of petting people on the head was fun too. From these symptoms, I could tell I was embracing the feeling of love. I was just casually enjoying that feeling. It wasn't that I fell in love with him. I was just having fun. I could simply spend some fun time with Satoshi-kun without having to think too much.
I'm gonna loosen my folds up a little more with some more entertaining secret. That was so good.
ブロッコリーってどれだっけ？
That's where he gets it from. What is with them and not knowing what's broccoli and what's cauliflower?
Which one is broccoli?
緑だっけ？
The green one?
黄色だっけ？
Or the yellow one?
サトシ君、そっちはカリフラワー。
That's cauliflower, Satoshi-kun.
サトシ君ってひょっとしてキャベツとレタスの区別がつかないタイプ？
Hey, could it be that you can't tell lettuce from cabbage either?
それはひどいよ。
Not that bad.
これでも精一杯区別してるつもり。
I'm doing my best here. Satoshi-kun stared at the heaps of broccoli and cauliflower. After thinking for a while, he reached out for the wrong one.
それ違う。
That's not it!
サトシ君の買い物は見ててハラハラしますね。
Watching you shop is like being on a roller coaster.
見てるこっちは楽しいけどさ。
It's a lot of fun for me, though.
参ったな。
You got me.
サトコと一緒の時にも迷うんだよ。
Satoko can't tell the difference either.
ブロッコリーとカリフラワーはどっちが何色だっけってね。
Which is broccoli and which one is cauliflower?
あんたら兄弟2人揃って面白すぎです。
You guys are too funny. Sister told me that Satoshi was a flaky big brother to his nagging little sister. I hadn't met Satoko, but she must be having a tough time dealing with Satoshi-kun. He stumbles over everything he buys after all.
それは調理時よ。
That's cooking salt.
胡椒とか混じってますから、卓上塩とは異なります。
It's mixed with pepper. It's different from regular salt.
そうなの？
Is it?
Must be more like seasonal in the West, or seasoning salt.
ほら、確か理科の実験で塩と胡椒を分離するのを確か。
I think I saw salt and pepper separate in a science experiment once.
言い訳はいいから棚に戻す。
Stop making excuses and just put it back on the shelf.
こっちが普通のお塩ね。
This is normal salt.
で、次は
What are you getting next?
Do they really know nothing?
ミオンがいてくれると買い物が楽で助かるよ。
You're being a great help, Mion. You really saved me there.
サトシ君、頭良さそうに見えて社会生活に支障ありすぎです。
You look smart, but you have serious issues.
もう少しお勉強した方がいいと思います。
I think you should study more.
これはひどいな。
That's a little harsh.
あった。
There.
これかな。
Is this it?
ひょいひょい。
And it goes.
だからそれは違う。
That's not it.
何でもカゴに放り込む前に値段と何人分かをよく確認する。
Don't just throw anything in the basket. Check the price and how many servings it is first. My first impression of Satoshi-kun was that he was strong and reliable. But the more I spoke to him, the more surprised I was at how clumsy and unreliable he was. How do I put it? It was hard to leave him alone. He was dangerous on his own. If he wasn't careful, he might start wondering, do you cross the street when the light is red? Or was it green? And get himself run over by a dump truck.
1780円になります。
Your total is 1,780 yen.
スタンプカードはお持ちですか？
Do you have a member's card?
はい、
Oh yes,
あります。
I do.
あれ、どこかな。
Where is it?
あー、すみません。
Oh, sorry.
ちょっと見当たらないんで今度でいいです。
We can't seem to find it, so we'll be alright for today. I finished checking out, ignoring Satoshi-kun as he fished through his wallet full of receipts.
ひどいな、ミオン。
That was horrible, Mion.
スタンプちゃんと押さないともったいないよ。
You made me waste points.
あんた、夕暮れ時のお買い物ラッシュの時にのんびりと財布を漁ってスタンプカードなんか探さない。
Don't go slowly fishing through your wallet to look for your member's card in the middle of the evening shopping rush.
後ろに大勢待ってるんだから。
There's a huge line behind us.
私たちの後ろで海線山線のおばさま方が早くしなさいざますって目でギロギロ睨んでたの気づいてなかったんですか？
That's a really long sentence for this short of a translation.
Didn't you notice all the evil glares from all the old ladies?
あのね、そういう時はレジ前に並んでる時からあらかじめ用意しておくの。
Listen, at times like that, you should get it out before reaching the register.
そうか。
Oh, right.
いいことを聞いたよ。
That's good to know.
ちなみにここでのことだけじゃないですからね。
It's not only when you go shopping.
バスに乗る時もそう。
Hold on, let me do that again.
It's not only when you go shopping. The same thing goes for when you ride a bus.
サトシ君、バスを降りようとして料金を入れる時、その時になって初めてお財布を開けて小銭をちまちまと探して後ろの人を詰まらせて待たせてるでしょ。
Satoshi-kun, I bet you don't open your wallet and start looking for change until you're about to get off and have to pay while holding up everyone behind you.
みんな僕を追い抜いて勝手に料金を入れてるかな。
No, Everyone walks by me and pays their own fare.
はあ
Ah,
それはね
you know what that means?
すっごーく周りに迷惑をかけているのです。
You're being a super huge bother to everyone.
そういうのはあらかじめ用意しておくのがマナー。
You need to have the money up beforehand. That's just good manners.
わかりました？
You get it?
わかったよ。
Okay.
今日のミオンは怖いな。
You're scary today, Mion. Satoshi-kun smiled as if patronizing me. I couldn't believe it. He was definitely the type who made women want to protect him. Sure, he was fine as he was when he had a busybody like me around him. But I couldn't stop worrying whether he's able to function in society without someone like that nearby. We got plastic bags and sorted out what we bought. Satoshi-kun put a pack of tofu at the bottom of the bag. I snapped his hand and put in a milk carton instead.
はいこれで OK。
Okay, there we go.
これで台所で買い物袋を広げてお母さんに仰天されなくて済みますからね。
Now your aunt won't freak out when she opens a shopping bag in her kitchen.
ありがとう。
Thanks.
助かったよ。
You helped me out a lot.
僕はどうも買い物が苦手でさ。
I don't think I'm very good at shopping.
買い物だけ
Just shopping?
正直におっしゃい。
That's definitely not the only thing.
うん。
嘘嘘冗談。
Just kidding. I had realized a few things while I was spending time with him today. He's not just bad at shopping. He's also chronically clumsy. In general, you could call him a slow thinker. That meant, when he stepped into the quarrel with the punks, he must have needed a lot of courage. He might be a simpleton, but he's not stupid. He's aware of his weaknesses. So he must have been aware of the danger in that situation. He could have chosen to walk away even though I was in trouble. But he chose to be a man and stepped in. That was really admirable of him.
えらいえらい。
Good boy.
サトシ君は頑張ったよ。
You did a great job.
いい子いい子。
There, there.
なんだよ。
What is it?
急に人の頭を撫でないでくれよ。
Don't stroke my head.
サトシ君が一人でお買い物ができましたでしょう。
I'm rewarding you for shopping successfully today.
なでなでなで。
ミオン、僕のことすっごいバカにしてるだろ。
You're making fun of me, aren't you, Mion?
してないしてないよ。
No, no, I'm not.
お家一人で帰れるかな？
Can you go home by yourself?
道わかる？
Do you know how to get there?
やっぱりバカにしてる。
You are making fun of me. Satoshi-kun's sucky face flushed red. Yeah, he's just too cute.
Oh, we have a sound command for that.
He's just too cute.
かわいいよ。お持ち帰り。
At that point, I caught a glimpse of a billboard from the corner of my eye. Piano lessons. Call abacus class. Junior baseball team. Members wanted.
Let's see if we can find some of that. Excuse me. Does it say anything about any of those things on the actual picture? Or is it just a generic thing? Bazaar. Or bazaar. A bazaar? Chibiko Matsuri. Tai or dai something. Oh, Taiko Taiko something something chi. Anyway, this probably doesn't match what's going on here.
It was a posting for the team Satoshi belonged to. It showed the day, time, and place of their next practice. By then, I knew just how flaky he was. I figured he must be just the same when playing baseball. Satoshi realized I was reading the posting. He looked uncomfortable and walked away.
今サトシ君は思った。
I know what you're thinking.
頼むからミオン。
I hope you won't come to see me playing baseball.
野球やってるとこまで来ないでくれよ。
Mion.
図星
Am I right?
That's sort of a weird pause. Or a weird separation of text. そのムーってのはつまり何さ。
What does that mumbling mean?
図星ってことでしょ。
I know I'm right.
How did they end up back in the store again?
Satoshi-kun became quiet after mumbling something. It seemed like he couldn't say anything back since I had been right on the money. Satoshi-kun, you're just too cute. I don't think going silent is a good way to dodge the issue. Well, that might just have been the way innocent people like him would react in a situation like that.
じゃあねサトシ君。
See you, Satoshi-kun!
暗くなりかけてるから気をつけて帰ってね。
It's getting dark, so be careful on your way back!
ミオンは一緒に帰らないのかい？
Aren't you going home, Mion?
ひなみ沢。
To Hinamizawa?
私はもうちょっと寄るとこありますんで。
I have to make a stop somewhere first.
気にしないで先に帰ってください。
Don't worry about me.
僕の買い物を手伝ってもらったんだから付き合うよ。
I'll help you this time.
今度は僕が手伝う。
In return.
大丈夫大丈夫。
I'm okay.
っていうかサトシ君が何を手伝うおつもりで？
What are you gonna help me with anyway?
人の手伝いする前に自分が手伝われなくて買い物できるようになっといてくださいな。
You should learn to support yourself before you try to help me.
今日のミオンはひときわ意地悪かな。
You're really mean today. He seemed to have some pride at least. He looked a bit upset because he was teased by a girl. But in contrast, I felt very satisfied.
Yep, she's a little manipulative.
As a result, I forgot to keep my guard up.
あ、でも手伝ってくれてありがとうね。
That's really close.
Thank you for the help.
本当に助かったから。
That was sweet of you. While wearing a bright smile, Satoshi suddenly started stroking my head again. I know he's teasing me, but I can't reject him. He keeps doing it only because he's realized I won't resist.
じゃあね、ミオン。
See you, Mion.
暗くならないうちに用事を済ませてね。
You should go home before it gets dark.
また明日学校で。
See you in school tomorrow.
うん。
Yeah!
また明日学校でね。
See you in school tomorrow too. In fact, I wouldn't see him tomorrow at all. It felt awkward, but I had to settle for that. I had to thank Sis for letting me use her name. After I separated from him, I found myself giddy and wishing to see him again as soon as possible. I wanted to know more about him. I couldn't wait for my next chance to see him. Actually, maybe there was something I could do. Just like when I obtained my freedoms from St. Lucius. I could choose how to live my life. Whatever. It wasn't that complicated. I just wanted to tease him more. I just wanted him to stroke my head more. And... whatever! I already knew the schedule for his baseball team.
She's got it memorized down pat. I think it's love by this point. Higurashi no Naku Koro ni Meakashi-hen. You have received a new tip. A crumpled diary. So it was a smudge diary last time, now it'll be a crumpled diary. Achievement unlocked. A hopeless pair. That is definitely broccoli. Went shopping with a nice young man. So let's save. This is gonna be it for the night. We will pick this up Thursday night. Tomorrow, Tuesday night, I am going to continue Spyro. And that is our schedule. Mondays and Thursday nights is Higurashi. Tuesday nights is Spyro for now. So look forward to that. And feel free to join our Discord if you haven't yet. That is where you get notified when we go live and how to keep in contact with their little community in the meantime. So be sure to join that if you really want to stay in touch with the stream and the streamers and the chat. So excuse me. Still got stuff in my throat. Oh, come on. Load the window, the mini window, so I can close it out. Okay, it's being a jerk right now and not pulling it up. Ugh. There we go. Shodakara. Alright. Well, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. And as always, if you like what you see, please feel free to click like, comment, follow up from YouTube. Any feedback you can give me at all will help me tailor my future content towards your interests. I'm Regulus Pastor, and until next time, Wale!